This semester, I decided to do my work for service with the Mizzou Concert Series. This semester, I chose to volunteer to do my service with the Mizzou Concert Series. At first, I was unsure of what to expect, but it caught my interest because I have never heard of the concert series, and I was intrigued to figure out how it ran. And when me and a couple buddies went to the orientation, we discovered that the mission of the concert series was to shed light on a great Mizzou tradition. Um, And unfortunately, it has slowed down tremendously in the past couple of years due to the COVID pandemic outbreak. Many people had attended the concerts prior to COVID, but it was sadly forgotten after everyone could return to their normal life. And the mission of the concert series and the people I worked with was to bring it back to glory. My roles with the concert series were to be ushers for the concerts and also advertisers for the concerts as well. During the 3 times I did the ushering, we were handed a separate job. While we did set up before the concert, we were tasked with helping set up the food and distributing it to the patrons along with refreshments. And after the patrons would go into the concerts, we would just clean up the food and the drink and bring the tables and chairs back to storage. I posted for the concert series about 5 separate times, and we would all meet up at the student center around 2 with the organizer Lainey, and she would push the cart through campus and downtown while we would get uh, while we would go into various halls and stores, putting up posters and spreading the word about the Mizzou concert series. And it was amazing to see how many businesses downtown that were interested in the series, and they were always more than happy to have us put up the Mizzou concert series posters in their businesses. Stakeholders in this. Lainey Vassan is a huge part of the Mizzou concert series, and she directed my fellow classmates and I through the entire semester and made sure that we were well informed on what we were doing and at what time. She is very passionate about the series and is the head of outreach and development for them. She was also at all the concerts, helping out any way she could. Um, so for during the postering shifts, she would walk around with us and she'd be handing us tape and posters, and we'd just be going around putting them up all throughout campus and downtown. Uh, Robert Wells is the director of the entire Mizzou concert series, and his role is to make sure that he booked all the acts. He controls everything that goes on with the series, and he makes sure that everything runs smoothly. He's at all the concerts, and everyone reports to him, including Lady. For the competencies part, a big part of my service was establishing relationships with my classmates and the patrons. The classmates I worked with were great people, and we got along really well after a short amount of time. While we were helping the patrons with the food, we got to know all of them very, very quickly, and it was a great experience to get to know them. And they had some great stories for us and good advice about life. And I was always more than happy to interact with the patrons because they were so gracious and kind towards me. For my second competency, putting up posters all around town and campus was a big task, but me and my fellow classmates worked well together as a team to divide and conquer the big task. We would get a few posters at a time and go into a hall, split up, and put the posters on an open bulletin board. We wouldn't have been able to accomplish the task if we weren't all team players. As a group, I felt that we used synergy very well, and if I would have been putting up the posters by myself, I would have only been able to cover a fraction of the ground that we covered as a large group. We made a larger impact and spread the word further because we worked so well together as a team. For my takeaways from my service, one of the biggest takeaways I had from my service was that it advanced my professional development. I was challenged to interact with a wide range of people and meet their needs effectively. I also developed my social skills while I'm very comfortable talking with people my age. It was great exposure for me to interact with older people in a professional manner. Also, I learned that professionalism is very important. During service, I made sure to look professional with the way I dressed and carried myself, which gave off a positive reflection to the patrons on who I am as a person, and they all respect me for this. I felt that this was a very important aspect of my service because I was glad that I took pride in it because I received so many compliments about how I presented myself, which was amazing. And lastly, this experience taught me the importance of empathy and patience. These are traits that will provide me the ability to interact well with others in my future career. And being empathetic makes my interactions more meaningful and intentional, as it allows me to better understand the feelings of others. And patience, lastly, will help me stay calm in situations that I have no control over and work better as a team altogether. And here is my works cited.